Hello children, welcome back to my channel Happy Learning. So today you are going to learn about factorizing a quadratic expression. Under that topic, we will be specifically learning how to factorize a trinomial quadratic expression. So before we go into the lesson, this for secondary school children, most of the children do get doubts in this specific chapter. So that's why I chosen this lesson in order to explain you it in the easiest way. So first you will look at what is a trinomial expression. So let's look into that first. Okay, so you must have learned about binomial expressions which contains two different terms. Am I right? So here is an example for binomial expression. Okay, binomial means it has two different two terms. Okay, 2x and a constant value which is positive 3. So this is a binomial expression. Now let's look at the trinomial expression. So within the word itself you can understand it will be containing three terms. Okay, that means trinomial quadratic expression. So I am coming to that itself. The format will be in ax square plus bx plus c form. Okay, so there will be three different terms. The orders can be changed, but before you factorize this trinomial quadratic expression, you are supposed to rearrange it in this specific order, so it will be easier for you. So remember, this is a trinomial quadratic expression. Okay, it will be in the format of ax square plus bx plus c. So a is the value of x square and b is the value of x and c is a constant value which is going to be a number. Okay, so now let's look at the easiest way to factorize this trinomial quadratic expression. So now we are going to look at into a few examples for trinomial quadratic expressions. So look at the first example here. This is the basic form where it comes in the form of ax square plus bx plus c. Am I right? So a is the coefficient of x square. So what is the value of a here? Coefficient of x square is, if there aren't any other numbers in front, that means it is 1. So a is 1 actually in this specific expression. Okay, so 1x square. So they won't mark 1 in front. So it is actually 1. The coefficient of x is 6 and this is the constant value positive 4. Now look at the second example. So here this is also a trinomial quadratic expression, but it is in the different order, right? So you need to rearrange it before you factorize this expression. That's very important. Okay, so let's rearrange it and write again. So here you know x square must come in front, which is negative x square. So remember the sign of the this term is also very important. So negative x square, next comes bx, which is the coefficient of x, right, which is negative 4x. And at last the constant value, which is 2. What's the sign? Positive 2, right? But there's no sign, it is positive. So now we have rearranged this trinomial quadratic expression. Look at the third example. So don't think it always comes in the in x. So you can get the trinomial quadratic expression in terms of y as well. So it is in the format a y square plus by plus c. It is same, only the term this is different. So this is also an example of trinomial quadratic expression. So now let's look at the ways of factorizing each and every expressions. So now this is the first example. I am going to factorize this trinomial quadratic expression. So as you can see here, this is in format of ax square plus bx plus c. Okay, so the very first step to factorize this is multiply the coefficient of x square and the constant value. Okay, so the coefficient of x square is what? If there is no number, I told you that it is considered as 1 x square. So 1 into 8 is 8. Please do write it with the sign as well. Okay, so here it's 1, coefficient of x square is 1, this is 8, so 1 times 8 is 8. So that is the first step. Okay, then the second step is get the middle value, coefficient of middle term, which is positive 6. So when you multiply, you are supposed to get positive 8. So we are going to write this positive 8 as a product of two numbers first. Okay, so how can we write this positive 8 as product of two numbers? 1 into 8 is 8. So what else do we have? 2 times 4 is 8. Then 8 into 1. So these are the two unique pairs where you can multiply and get positive 8 as the answer. So remember, so among these two pairs, which one is going to be the correct pair? Okay. So in order to do that, now let's consider the middle term, which is positive 6. So when you add, children, you should get the value positive 6 here. So can you get positive 6 when you add these two values, 8 and 1? No. So this is not the correct pair. So now this is going to be the correct pair because 2 and 4 when you add, you will be getting positive 6. So this is the very first step. Choosing the correct pair is the most hardest step as well. I wouldn't say it's so hard. It is, since it's the first example, you might get a little bit confused, but when you do a lot of sums, you will be getting a lot of practice in it, and you'll find it easier to find the correct pair. Okay, after that we are going to split the middle term into these two values. So that is going to be your second step. Okay, so let's rewrite it again. So x square, it's going to be the same. After that 6x, we are going to write it as plus 2x and then plus 4x. See, plus 2 and plus 4. When you multiply, 4 times 2, 8, and 4 plus 2, 6. Right? So here, don't worry about the order. You can even put plus 4x in front and this one next. Doesn't matter. The answer is going to be the same. After that, this positive 8. So that's it. After that, you must factorize it in a regular way, where in the first two pairs, what is the common factor in this? X is the common factor. By x square, here 2x, so x can be taken outside the bracket. So x square, that means you are dividing it actually, no? So x square divided by x is 1x remaining inside the bracket. Again 2x divided by x, x will be removed, so plus 2 will be remaining. After that, among these two pairs, what is the common factor? 4 is the common factor, positive 4. So write it along with the sign. So the remaining is x, and 8 divided by 4 is plus 2. So that's it. Now among these two terms, the common factor is x plus 2. So when you take x plus 2 outside, the remaining would be x plus 4. So this is the answer. So these are the steps you need to remember. So let's look at another example now. Okay, one more example in terms of y. So y square minus 11y plus 18. So let's get the value product of these two values. 1 into 18, 18 plus 18. And the coefficient of y, middle term, is minus 11. Okay, write it along with the signs. Okay, now you have to multiply and get positive 18. So the possible pairs are 1 into 18, 2 times 9, 3 times 6, and that's it, right? Now think of a way where you are able to get 11. So here 18 and 1 not possible. 3 and 6 you won't get 11 when you add 3 plus 6 is 9, no? So it's not possible. Here it is the correct pair because 2 and 9, 2 times 9 is 18, but when you add you are supposed to get negative 11. So remember, it should be coming like this. Why? When you multiply negative 2 into negative 9, the answer is positive 18. When you add these two similar signs, so it will be negative 11. So be aware of the signs as well. So I am going to split this into 2 as y square minus 2y and minus 9y plus 18. So recheck again please after you wrote this whether you are getting these values. Minus 2 and minus 9, minus 11. So that's correct. Minus 2 into minus 9 when you multiply positive 18. So that's the correct pair. Now let's factorize. Y can be taken as a common factor. So the remaining is y minus 2. Again we are going to take the common factor which is 9, negative 9. So I am taking the negative 9 as the common factor. So be careful when you divide it. Okay. So minus divided by minus becomes plus here. So don't put minus in here. Okay. So the remaining would be just y, positive y. Okay. Again here positive divided by negative, here it is negative. So y 18 divided by 9 is 2. So you please recheck this again whether you are getting this answer. Minus into plus minus 9y. Here minus into minus plus 9 into 2, 18. So that's correct now. So what is the common factor here? Y minus 2. Here y minus 9. Okay, another example here. So it is a square plus 3a minus 28. So here coefficient is 1, negative 28. So when you multiply it's negative 28. But the middle term is positive 3. So look here carefully, we have to obtain two pairs products where you get multiply, you should get negative 28. So 1 into 28, 2 into 14 is 28, then 4 times 7 is 28. So these are the possible pairs where you will get negative 28. So remember, when you get a negative number, you should know that the signs has to be different, plus and a minus. Why? Then only when you multiply those two numbers you will get a negative as the answer. Okay. So now we have to think which number is going to be negative and which is going to be positive. So for you to help with that, you have to look at the middle term and its sign. So here it is positive 3. So remember, the highest value should contain the positive sign and the lower value should contain the negative sign. So let's look at the correct pair first where you are able to get 3 as the answer. So as you can see, this is the correct pair where you will get 3 when you subtract them. Okay, so we are going to subtract and get it for the very first time. So let's put the signs properly. So remember, since the middle term is positive, what did I say? The higher value, numerical value, must contain the positive and the lower one should contain the negative. Now see, when you multiply you are getting negative 28. When you add, that means it's subtracting. So it is why two different sides, subtract, then you will get positive 3. So here this is the correct pair. So we are going to split and write into one pair which is minus 4a a and positive 7a. Did you understand this? Okay, so this is most of the children get it wrong, so be aware of the signs when you write. Okay, now let's factorize these two first. A is the common factor, so a will be remaining and minus 4. Here positive 7 is going to be the common factor, so a minus 28 divided by 7 is 4. Now among these two, a minus 4 is the common factor, a plus 7 is the remaining one. So this is how you do this. So here one more example. So here, as you can see, this is not in a correct order, as I told you earlier. Before you factorize a trinomial quadratic expression, please rearrange according to the format, which is x square plus bx plus c. So this would be coming first, so I am going to rearrange it and write again. So here minus x square comes first, then the coefficient of x, which is negative 4x, then the constant value, which is positive 12. So when you are rearranging, please put the signs properly. Now let's factorize it. As you can see here, we have negative 1 as the coefficient of x square. Am I right? And here it is positive 12. So what you can do here is, it is rather confusing when you have a negative in front of the x square. Okay, so what I can do here is take negative, that means you are dividing the entire expression by a negative 1. Okay, so I am going to write it like this, where minus divided by minus 1, it's going to be positive x square. So in order to make this x square coefficient of square positive, I am going to write it in this way, so it will be easier for you to factorize it. Now all these signs will be changing since I am dividing it by minus 1, which is minus. I am taking outside the bracket. So minus into minus becomes plus 4x, and this would become negative 12. Now did you understand this part, children? So when you multiply this by negative, you will get this answer. So I made a change like this in order to easily factorize it, get the correct pairs properly. Okay, now let's do factorize it in the usual way. So when you multiply, you are supposed to get negative 12, and when you add, you should get positive 4. So let's find the correct pair. So I am going to do it at once, which is 6 times 2 is the correct pair. Why? We are getting negative as the answer. So both should contain two different signs. So which value gets the positive sign? The higher value gets the positive sign, because the mid value is positive 4. So this is going to be positive 6, and this one is going to be negative 2. Did you understand that part? Then only when you multiply, you will be getting negative 12. When you add these two numbers, you will get positive 4, because the higher value is positive. Now let's split this and write minus x square, here plus 6x, and then negative 2x, negative 2. After that, it's going to be in the usual way. Other than that, you have a minus in front. Don't forget to put that as well. Now let's factorize these two pairs first. So since we have another bracket, I am going to use the square brackets here. Okay, x is the common factor, so x plus 6 will be remaining. Here negative 2 is going to be the common factor. So remember, negative divided by negative, it would become positive x. And again, negative divided by negative become positive 6. 12 divided by 2 is 6 here. So please remove the brackets and see. Minus into plus minus 2x, minus into plus minus 12. Now let's close the bracket. After that, the common factor between these two is x plus 6 and the remaining are x minus 2. So see, this is how you do it. So first you need to rearrange it according to the format, then you can factorize it in this way. Okay, now at last look at this example, children. So here for the first time I have a value other than 1 here as the coefficient of x square. So see, same procedure, only you will be getting a value when you multiply these two, right? This is the first step we learned, am I right? So multiplying these two would give you negative 18. So don't forget to multiply these two values. If there is 1, you will get only this value. Since there is a number here, you are getting another value here. Right. Now the middle term is positive 3. So when you add, you are supposed to get plus 3. Right. Now let's choose the pair of the numbers, which is 1 into 18, 2 times 9, 3 times 6. So that's all we have got. So the correct pair would be, so here you have a negative 18. That means you will be getting two different signs. So when you subtract only, you will be getting this value, which is this, the third pair. Okay, right. Now let's put the signs properly. Now the answer is in positive, so the higher numerical value will contain positive and the other one negative. Right, now let's split this and write. So this would be the same 6x square, 3x, we are going to write it in negative 3x and positive 6x. See, when you add, it would become positive 3x. Now negative 3. After that, it's going to be the same procedure. So among these two, what is the common factor? Think carefully. 3 and 6, so we can take 3 as the common factor. When x and x square, x is the common factor. So when you divide 6x square by 3x, 6 divided by 3 is 2 will be remaining. X square divided by x, 1x will be remaining. Again 3x divided by 3x, it is 1. Isn't it? Right. Now among these two, what is the common factor? 6x and a 3. So only a number can be obtained which is plus 3 is the common factor. So 6 divided by 3 is 2x. 3 divided by 3 is negative 1. So among these two, 2x minus 1 is the common factor. The remaining will be 3x plus 3. So that's all, children. This is a very easy. Now I hope you understood it really well. So if you have any doubts, you can ask from me from the comment section. So see you in the next video. Have a nice day. Bye.